when a deaf guy sees a person yawning on an airplane, he starts panicking. You know what's something funny?
Dead people. Okay.
Apparently, it is fucking funny.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm just thinking this as the beginning of the episode.
No. It is. We started.
So welcome to the...
Hey, everyone.
Every time I have my headphones on, Faisal just goes off.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to another... Why am I asking for like...
Please, some more. Please. Have some more.
A little more jizz in my hand.
All the twist, dog. Don't wait. Give them.
Wait, you think that was the actual story? They just PG-fied it.
Can you imagine being a director? Can you PG-fied? Sir, what? Pikachu, what?
Too much cum in the kid's hand, man. Yeah.
My bad.
Kurosh,
Let me give the intro before we get into.
Never write a book. Never.
I have actually, when I was younger. It wasn't published or anything, but it was a school project.
The teacher's like, what is all this white stuff? It's snow.
I want to put you in the environment.
Get into my mindset.
The title was Bukaki.
Oh, so it was you and some co-authors then?
So it was me, everyone in our class, and the girl was the teacher.
So it wasn't a book, it was just a picture of the teacher and then just...
Picture, it was live action.
Oh my God. Anyways, hey everyone, welcome to another... Guys,
Joking.
No, I'm saying, but how old are you when this story happened?
This story never happened.
No, I'm just saying it to you. It's like he was saying he was a teacher. I'm like, I can just imagine, because you know Kurosh, you see his face, yeah? You just think it's going to be on a 12-year-old's body. He just has the beard. He's like, teacher, I made a story for you.
No, I know him. I knew him before he had the beard. So.
Yeah, he has that chat thing going on.
What thing going on?
Put a photo of Kurosh without a beard.
Talk to him. He's the editor of the
no.
videos. I have
we need to get someone.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cancellable Podcast. My name is Bardia. I'm here with Kurosh.
Hey, what's up?
And Faisal.
Hey, what's going on?
A lot.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, you want to know what's going on? Did you guys hear Obama is gay? Have you seen this?
No, really not.
How did you guys not hear about this? So some letter got leaked that he wrote to his ex-girlfriend when he was younger and shit, and there was a line in it.
Actually, it makes sense. Okay,
There was a line in it saying that I think about sleeping with men every day, but no, I sleep with men every day, but only in my thoughts or some shit like that. It was in the letter, and the letter apparently was what do you call it? It recently got published to the public. Before they knew it, but they hid it away. So
it's like a seal of the president.
That's it?
I feel like it's a pretty big deal.
Well, I mean,
not to call him gay. He might have had gay thoughts or some shit like that.
Every day.
He was young. I don't know. I guess that's
wait.
It's not like you phase in and out of it.
Wait, how old do you think he is? When
50s, no?
No, but when was this leaked? Was this when he had crayon hands?
I don't.
Crayon means that he's a child, bro. That's a very
Well, that's what I'm saying.
thing.
You're like, dude, he was when we were young. I'm like, what do you mean young?
No.
And when were you having these thoughts?
No, dog, not me. I'm saying
Dog.
I don't know.
Look at him driving, man. Oh, sir, look at me, dog. I don't gobble.
I'll make other people gobble.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, so I was saying actually it makes sense. You saw who you married.
Well, there's a whole rumor about her not being a her. Have you heard about that one?
I don't think, to be honest, I mean,
the most successful woman is not a woman.
She looks like
so is Bruce Jenner or whatever her name is.
She looks like a WNBA player.
Nah, dude, no.
A little more masculine.
What do you mean? No.
No, she doesn't.
They call her Michael.
She even dunked in the White House. Did you just see it?
No.
There was a video where she was with some NBA players and she dunks and she goes, whoa.
Imagine if Obama is actually gay and she has a penis.
I mean, I guess even if she isn't, then some people would say, I guess, the only reason a woman can be successful because she's not busy with her husband. She's just busy out there doing the work. That's why she does all the charity work and she's so constant out there. You know?
Actually, a lot of people talk about Obama being...
What the fuck did you just say?
I get what he means. He's like...
I didn't get anything
No,
you
because
said.
actually... No. If you think about it, from my knowledge of what Obama did for America, he literally did nothing.
No, he did
Yeah.
a lot. He
Like
bombed a whole bunch of civilians.
Oh my god, dude! You just you literally just say something. Like, did he do anything positive for Americans?
Yeah, he
Obamacare.
He got rid of a lot of other people.
I mean, war itself is very profitable for a country. Like
Not for the people.
Well, it depends who you define as people. Anyone with a passport, sure, he did help them.
How?
Well, I'm sure all those millionaires that make money off of the
That's a
military.
percentage. That's a percentage.
Yeah,
of
their
it.
tax goes into the public.
No, but did he do any initiatives that actually help people? Like people talk about Obamacare, like
Cur.
Obamacare didn't even
No, it
survive for how long? It's done now. Obamacare is done.
Bro, it's done because
Trump
Trump put an
took it
end
out.
to it. It's not like it ran its
yeah,
course.
but it wasn't like it wasn't successful.
It was better than what it was before.
Yeah, no healthcare. That's
Yeah, exactly.
imagine the U.S. not having no healthcare. Cuba having healthcare.
To be fair, would you want that healthcare?
It's better than the U.S. A lot of people.
Cuban healthcare?
A lot of people go to Cuba to get heart surgery and all this kind of stuff.
With
You have
all
to.
those smokers and shit, I wouldn't
yeah.
want that
Dude,
like heart and
people-
lung and
bro,
shit.
there is actually documentaries of people smuggling or flying to Cuba
Yeah.
to get surgeries and all this stuff done. And Cuba itself is not as advanced as.
Well, if you're going the Cuba angle, Obama opened the way to Cuba.
That's amazing.
That's positive.
That's
Eat a fat cock. Michael's cock.
Or Cuban cigars because he made it. Yeah. I'm not thinking today. I'm just letting it go.
You're just offbeat today.
actually, the only person that calls you out is Korosh. Like last time. Dude, just say what you want to say.
I actually forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me. Fuck you.
Anytime.
But yeah, so Obama being gay, okay, that's changed my life.
Yo, but hold up. It's just a line though. Like there's no proof or anything. Like,
Dude,
I mean,
If
it's
I
legit written proof. What else do you want?
know, I
Like,
just
you
feel
want a
like-
video of him? Like,
You want
if he comes
OnlyFans?
forward, yo, no. Don't.
I mean, there's a whole conspiracy theory that he killed his chef. Not him personally, but his
Maybe that
family.
was his
Did you guys
lover.
hear about this?
I heard about that, but he died at a party or something like that. Yeah.
No, he died in the ocean. He drowned. He had a heart attack, which they think is related to some medication that we're not allowed to talk about. But yeah, there's a
Anyway.
whole conspiracy
Okay.
that Obama's family basically pulled a Clinton. That's all the Obama news I got for you today, to be honest.
But is this something that's like, is there people talking about it, or just like, oh, by the way, this, because no one really cares?
The gay thing or the chef thing?
I mean, the chef thing I heard before, but the gay thing,
I mean, it's all over the news.
not my news.
Well, I don't know what channels you turn into, but
I need to check your search history.
it's all Fox News.
He writes his search history is like, is it gay to write letters to friends saying that you're thinking about them?
Obama actually can sympathize with
You and Obama have something in common. He's deleting his search history.
No. I'm trying to find the article. Let me just search Obama. You
On
guys-
the podcast, you're doing this.
Shut the fuck up! You guys pull out your phones all the time to search shit.
I'm the one who searches stuff when you say shit. So like, I feel like you're like
He's just told you, he's like, you're fired from that job.
good.
the pain in your heart.
Thank God.
All right, so the actual sentence is: I make love to men daily, but in my thoughts. That's
That's
pretty.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's
That's
one of the newses. To tell us
Newses?
any newses? Yes, exactly. Tell us something more interesting.
The fuck, what news channel?
Wikipedia.
Something interesting. Oh, I don't know how recent this is, but I just heard it on a podcast. There was this, I think, either Japanese or Chinese guy in France, and apparently he always had thoughts about eating women's thighs. He wanted to see how that like tastes like or whatever. So he brings. I said Chinese.
You know they say thick thighs save lives.
What now?
Thick thighs save lives.
I don't know what kind of thighs he was into, but that wasn't covered in the in the podcast. But anyways, he brings this chick over, kills her, and then starts eating her ass first. But apparently, according to him, it was really tough to like chew through. So he goes and buys a butchering knife, cuts up her thighs, eats her, and then After a while, he gets worried that like the smell, because I think he was in a apartment complex. This smell is gonna get to the neighbors, so he just stuffs the dead body into like suitcases and puts it in the back of a taxi and goes somewhere to dump it. But the location he gets to is busy with people, so he just leaves it in the middle of the road and leaves. So some guy sees this and he's like, "Oh, dude, you forgot your suitcase or whatever." Goes, opens it, finds the dead body in it.
Jesus Christ!
The
Imagine being that person, like just like
The
fucking-
one in the suitcase or the other one?
the one who just opens the suitcase.
Better than the one in the suitcase.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Well, anyways, the French police arrest him and everything, and they send him back to his country, either Japan or China. I don't remember which one it was, or Korea maybe. One of them.
You're selecting a group. That's actually-
By the way, there's a trend here. I'm noticing a trend here.
No, it's not even the craziest part of the story. So somehow through some legal loopholes, he doesn't go to prison. So then after it, he starts shooting porn videos. And the porn that he shoots is that he brings girls, or like one at a time, sleeps with them without telling them that he's a cannibal. And then when everything is finished, they do kind of like an interview with her and hand her like a newspaper or some shit that says he's a cannibal. And the girl starts fucking crying and all this shit. Yeah. I thought that's pretty interesting.
That's that kind of reminds me of there was
To be fair, I get him. If I was to eat a human, I would go for the thighs first too.
Yeah, that's why I said it's his name Kurosh, because you've mentioned this multiple times.
No, I'm not saying I have a fascination on like what thighs taste like, but I'm saying if I was in that position, a woman's thighs would be the most like. I'm not gonna eat your thighs. Like,
why are you bringing me into
Thanks,
this? No, okay.
Thanks for the
Thanks
Or
for
yours,
that,
yeah.
Kurosh. Okay. There's actually a story that's pretty funny. There was, I think it was in Eastern Europe, there was a head of a pimp ring, right?
Okay.
So imagine there was an undercover investigation going on in a building where they had got a tip off of, a mafia boss. Not mafia, but okay, yeah, mafia boss. And this was somewhere, I don't know if it was either Russia or something like that. And basically they had the CCTV going on, and they always saw this old woman who was always carrying a pot. And she had a huge pot. You know the pot like you're cooking rice and stuff inside?
Yeah.
So what she would do is that she would actually take people to the room, and she would either, coerce them, meaning like she would force them to do what she wanted in terms of business and stuff like that, or she'd take out her competition. So she'd kill them in that room and then put them in the pot and walk out and look like giving it to a gift to someone. So she'd give it to her henchmen to get rid of. And she, babushka, what babushka means? It's like
I mean, I know
grandma.
it from the.
She is like, she has the scarf. She's walking so slow, but she in this pot, she's got human remains in it.
How strong is this grandma? That's
Yeah,
carrying the
I
whole
mean, she
fucking
must have
human?
cut it up in certain ways and did it multiple times.
There's a lot of stories of people like killing people and then just giving out as food to like neighbors and shit,
Well, I mean, in a
which
movie,
makes sense.
in a movie called Snatch, by Guy Ritchie. There's a
Nice.
movie
The
called
Brad Pitt one, right?
yeah, Brad Pitt.
Such a
Really good movie.
Yeah,
Really good
fucking
movie.
love it. When he knocks, I was like, oh fuck.
No, but there's a mafia boss in the movie that talks about the best way to get rid of a body, and he says pigs will eat through anything.
Yeah.
So what he does is that when he kills someone, he'll chop them up and then throw it to pigs, and pigs don't even leave the fingernails.
Nothing.
The
No,
teeth.
there was actually a story in, I think this was in Texas a couple of years ago. This guy has set like a cage to like capture the pigs that are like ruining his farm or whatever he had. And he goes
Wild
in the
pigs.
cage to put the fucking food for the trap basically. And somehow the trap closes on him and gets stuck there with the pigs. And then he's gone.
What?
Yeah, it was
The pig
caught.
just ate him?
Yeah, it was caught on the trail cam.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know if he died from dehydration first, then the pigs ate him, or they just.
That'd be
went
terrifying
south.
if the pigs just started eating him. Like,
If they were
Yeah.
hungry, they eat anything. So I guess
yeah,
that
but
would be
like,
possible.
I mean, if it's a warthog, which is it's a wild pig with the tusks,
Those
they
are
do a lot
more
of damage.
Those are
Boars.
more
but-
in Africa and shit.
No.
The warhogs are not in Texas.
So,
Boars, yeah, but warhogs, no.
but they're the same family. Warthog
Yeah,
looks a little bit
yeah.
different, but a boar also has tusks.
Yeah.
They use it to unearth vegetation to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they say that like even domesticated pigs, if you let them out in the wild, they immediately turn into wild pigs. It's not. It doesn't take like a thing for they actually transition into wild pigs.
Like they adapt pretty quickly.
No, but
Very
the tusks
quickly.
and stuff don't come out that fast. Like
It's not like a wisdom tooth that if you like take it out. I'm not talking about like I'm saying in general. Like there's a transition between a domesticated pig and a wild pig, but like and you don't see it. You don't put a dog out and then a couple of years
They
later you
survive.
see a wolf or like a fucking full on like a hunter. But like for pigs, the switch is pretty instant. Not instant, but like extremely like exponential.
I mean, and, again, it's a different kind of domestication, right? Pigs are usually domesticated to be fed on, right? Dogs are domesticated to be service partners for people. And funny enough, speaking about dogs and cats or like animals being domesticated, did you hear about this? There was a guy on a podcast he's a first responder. Do you know?
Okay.
So first responders basically, sometimes people will get complaints that there's a bad odor coming in from someone's house, and it could be that they died inside.
Right.
And funny enough, he said that we've got cases where elderly people had died in their houses with pets, and they always found that if a cat was living with the person,
They eat them.
Ate them.
the cat would eat the nose area,
Nose
that-
and the lips.
but the dog would always die with the owner. That's
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Cute.
You have a cat.
The fact that the dog dies with it is pretty
Yeah,
cute.
that's no. But why? The way he's like, it's cute.
Cute. Yeah.
I like dogs and dead seniors.
I don't like that seniors, but I like dogs.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty crazy.
Anything else, Crush? Like, Jesus.
God damn, I wasn't ready for this. I saw the paper. I thought he has a topic.
Yeah, if you want, we can get into that one.
Oh no, I have another one. You remember that movie Blindside with the big black guy and Sandra Bullock? No, but that was legit.
Football movie, but yeah.
That was the
Big black guy and Sandra Bullock.
so for people who haven't seen it.
By the way, if you say that to someone who hasn't seen it,
Yeah.
they can think of so many other things. Like,
Alright, so the movie for the
It's an
people who
icon
haven't
leak.
seen for the people who haven't seen it, basically Sandra Bullock, I haven't watched it in a long time, but adopts this black kid that he's really good at football, and then basically the storyline is like how to get him, and he's kind of slow in the movie, like retarded a little bit.
I remember the movie pretty clearly.
He said it so differently. He's like,
Like,
the
again,
kid
what-
is just very. He's
He
very
was-
shy.
He was from a very abusive family, so therefore he was very protective over everything.
No, but he was a little.
he
No,
was
he
a little
wasn't.
shy because he was like 7 foot tall,
He was a little. on the
hanging
spectrum.
out with a 2 foot kid. Like,
Anyways, becomes really good at football, whatever. But this is based on a true story.
yeah,
But then the actual guy came out saying that it's all bullshit. The family never actually adopted him. They just, the thing that they did with Britney Spears, that Britney Spears signed his rights away to his dad to make all the decisions. So basically, this family did this to the kid, never adopted him, and then he never got a cent from the movie, from anything that like his story of his life basically was like put on
there-
for the world. And
is
now
there
he's
proof?
suing everyone.
Is it proof though?
Like,
Because
he wasn't adopted.
no, so there's proof he wasn't adopted.
Yeah, he wasn't. No.
Because, like, looking at it in two ways, right?
conservatorship. That's the conservatorship.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's like sponsorship of him. They'll take care of him. Food.
You make
and this
all
kind of
legal.
stuff.
No, you make all-
any decision of the person is based on the person who has the. You have the legal right to literally do everything.
Yeah,
that-
yeah. So similar to Britney Spears, but the thing is that. So what I heard is that there's two pieces to this, right? First of all, he's broke because his career didn't go that well, right? So now he's coming back and he needs money. That's one of the sides to it. I don't know if it's true, but there's two sides to it. That one camp is saying this while the other camp is saying that. Even Sandra Bullock herself has come out and said that
Said which one?
she was like, she believes the story is real, like it really did happen and stuff. And this guy just of all the time he comes now to say this, and it's not like in the Me Too movement or anything that's died down.
That wasn't. That's a different movement.
No,
it
but-
wasn't like he was diddled. Or
No, but the thing is that I mean is in it's at the height of when people were talking back about being either cut out of contracts or defamation or something like that, like Johnny Depp and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean I wouldn't be shocked. It's not like it's something.
Same, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see what actually happens. But
I think the same thing happened to that. You know the kid that played in Home Alone, the first two, the blonde.
Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah, I think the same thing. His parents fucked him over.
bro, did you hear about this little Tay girl?
That died.
She didn't die.
Oh, I thought she died.
She's alive.
I'm so
They-
disappointed.
No, he just realized it.
That he didn't get. I told you he's a little retarded.
Like,
The movie came out like 15 years ago.
basically, it says that now, however, O'Hare, a former NFL player, has alleged that the crux of the story that a white family adopted him out of homelessness is a lie, and that the family exploited his name and story for years to enrich themselves. Because the movie apparently was based on a book. O'Hare says that he believed he was a legal member of the Tuhui family, whatever, however far
The
Wait.
white family.
Okay.
for nearly 2 decades, only to learn this year that he was not.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Telling you, he's a little slow.
I guess.
But actually, he could have just never looked at the contract. He could have never looked at his adoption because he was living with them and whatnot. So,
True.
I mean, but yeah, the little Tay girl, she also, her family are like trying to manipulate her account. So they said she died. Someone said she died, but I think it's honestly all publicity for her to come
I,
out.
don't know, I
and
hate that bitch so much.
Dude,
I
she's
hate
a
her
kid,
parents.
man. Her
Well,
parents are the ones that
hate her
enabled her.
parents, yeah.
You know, people don't understand that. You know,
There was
these
this girl, like a tiny little fucking 6-year-old, would come and be like, "Look at all my money." And like,
I've never seen those. I just saw on the Instagram rap page that said that this 14-year-old girl and her brother died. And then later on, I saw that it said
They
they're
said
alive,
yeah.
and it was an account hack.
Yeah, they said it was an account hack. Then she said it was her parents and whatnot. But that, like you see again, it's the thing of these, you know, these child YouTube stars. A lot of them are literally managed by their parents, and a lot of the time the parents. Dude, it's similar to Michael
Rightfully
Jackson.
So,
I think they have
What are
to
you talking
be.
about, man?
No,
Dude,
legally, I think they have to be.
yeah, yes, but at the same time, I'm saying rightfully so because, bro, look at an 18-year-old rapper, for example. What the fuck do they buy? The first thing they buy and shit, like, it's all depreciating. I'm not trying to get into it, but it's depreciating assets. They waste the money, they spend the money, they're responsible with the money. So if you have a person who is older than you as a legal guardian, it's better for them to be handling and controlling your assets. I'm not saying it always turns out well, but that's why the law is there.
I'm
because-
saying to you, see, you're looking at it in a different spot, right? I said that these people manage them and push the content. You didn't let me finish. You said to me now. You said that you were like, "Oh
Sorry
yeah."
for interruption.
No, but you didn't let me finish. So I was
No, shut the fuck up. Sit there and listen now.
no, but it's but it's actually the truth because what you're saying is correct. Someone who's more used to being able to deal with money, even though adults themselves are irresponsible, right?
Yes.
It's better than the parent dealing with the money than a 4 or 5, 6, 7-year-old, right? But the thing is that these parents use their kids like a guinea pig or like a piggy bank because Lil Tay, she was doing videos about her rapping. And actually what's really funny is that this girl, you haven't seen her videos, yeah?
No.
So she was very loud. I think she must have been 9 or 10 years old. And she would go, like she would be in a Bentley. She would be in a mansion that was worth like $10 million. And then they found out her mom was a real estate agent that would take her to people's houses and film these without people knowing. So this whole personality that was done was promoted by the parents.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think a kid that's 11 or 10 years old goes, "Yeah, I want to, sing rap songs and stuff like that." You know, it's something that is, another example of how also kids themselves. I mean, it's. I would say even me, I might have a problem. Even you, if you see your kids start having a lot of traction and you're getting a lot of money easily, we might be taken for a ride and start using our kids to get more and more money. You know.
I mean, it's like, can I?
No, continue, please.
Because I'm not trying to be a dick here. Actually, because
shit out of him.
huh?
Scared the shit out of you.
No, because I missed actually the punchline of his point, so I went off with another point. Like that's what I'm saying. But the thing is that also is a whole matter of opportunity. Like in terms of business or however you want to look at it, like opportunity. Sometimes they say like it knocks on the door like every once in a blue moon.
True.
So like if there's attraction, if there's like people noticing this person, like the parents are the ones who can actually be like, okay, let's exploit this opportunity and
But don't
take
exploit your
advantage of
child.
it. No, 100%. I'm not for this. Like this is actually there was this video they made on social media. I don't remember where I fucking saw this shit, but they were saying that like it showed that how a person was like mom and dad, like, look at this. You posted me as a child. You posted me as this and everything. But also realize there's a dark side of social media. If you put my pictures up and videos up there and everything, I'm exposed not only to people who might love this content, oh, such a cute baby, or, you know, all the good positive vibes, whatever. It's
all the
also
creeps and-
the creeps, the pedophiles, everything like that.
That's a very good point. But the thing is that that's exactly what I'm saying to you. So, like, even look at Britney Spears. She was a child star. She started very young, Britney Spears.
I don't know.
You know, and again, she was exposed at such a young age and sexualized at a very young age. Imagine being these kids that are out there that, you know, you always have creeps that are on social media. And you always, I mean, you being available and your family constantly filming you and doing all of this is, there's always risks with it. But I'm just simply saying that, you see, with this girl now, she's battling her parents, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get her because she's now of age. The whole Lil Tay is her persona. Like, it was her. It's not her. Although her parents managed her, it's her persona. So now there's a fight going on there.
Can I argue something about that?
No, please.
It's about the fact that also she's 14. It can't be
She
said.
was 14 then, I think.
No, I think she's 14 now because I remember the post where it said that she died. Like she was,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's pretty recent. So we can't really say it's her persona because imagine you say from the age of 9, 10, she started being this, and like the parents took her to mansions and everything like that. Then she got used to a certain behavior and everything. And she started like continuing that path. So now it's her persona, but you never know actually what her actual personality is. Like, look at the celebrities, like kids. And in addition to just to add something else, when you say like, oh, kids and their persona and like how they turn out and everything like that, usually look at every child celebrity or how they were and how they are now. Majority of them turn out really fucked up.
But that's the thing.
That's his point.
No, that's my point.
I said to add to your point.
Oh, I thought
No,
you
no,
said
so-
to add to your point.
Yeah, you said anyway. It's the thing is that exactly that's the thing, right? You see, because Lil Tay, although her parents manage it, it's her face, it's her name, it's all this. I'm not saying she should absorb that persona, but she should be the one to say, I either want to do it or I don't want to do it, because it's already been her face on it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying she should go back to being Lil Tay because that little bitch was annoying as fuck.
Oh yeah.
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 And like the whole reason why it stopped is because her mom got fired. They found out about it and they were like, she can no longer flex that lifestyle because she used to have fake dollar bills and she used to be in a
Yeah.
Bentley and stuff. So again, it's just that I myself, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, is that, you know, when you monetize your children for the sake of their mental being, you said a very good point. A lot of these child stars get fucked up afterwards because they're constantly under the spotlight. They're constantly people telling them, oh, she's fat, oh, she's pretty, oh, she's that, or he is whatever. And you always see they get like, you know,
Mental health issues, drug issues, alcohol
Yeah.
issues.
Who
yeah.
is that guy from That's So Raven? Did you guys see him? Like, he's so fucked up.
the brother, the young brother in the That's So Raven.
Barely remember like what his character was, but I remember there was this kid from That's So Raven, like that time. Now he's a full adult, and like he came up on Dr. Phil a couple of times and everything like that. He's like totally messed up. He believes like he's not even in this world. Let's just put it at that. Like, he's fully fucked up. He came on Dr. Phil because he was like a patient, not as like a
My
star.
God.
Because they were like, "Do you know what's happening right now?"
But even that's fucked up. You know someone is not right in the head and you bring them
That
on
was
TV.
the whole Dr.
you know?
Phil.
Yeah, but that's
purpose.
exactly
Yeah.
like him and what's that other guy's name? There was a guy who what's his name, Jerry or something. Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry Springer? That whole show was fake.
I know the show was fake,
What
but
was
like
that show?
It was like they would bring like couples that are having a fight or they think like someone cheated on someone. It's like do like a maternity test to see if that kid is yours or not.
Oh,
like,
you're
you're
not the father. Oh
like,
my god, I love
that kind of shit.
the guys would do backflips and stuff.
Yeah, but
like
the
that.
whole show,
Was fake.
audience,
All actors and
and
stuff,
the
yeah.
actual members, everyone was fake.
What the? F-
Yeah,
But
I
he
was
comes
much
off-
happier not doing this information.
yeah, but still
Bro, you didn't
entertaining.
know
I
it was
still
so
watch
obvious.
it. Like when it comes to social media, I still watch it.
You know when the woman like runs and she's
Yeah.
just like, oh, how? Like, bitch, you slept with someone else. Like,
And the
that's
funny
how-
part is, I don't know where they found these people, but everyone looked a little incesty. Like everyone had like
You make
weird.
it sound like it's a pasta. A little bit of incest. What the hell? It's like zesty and zesty.
That's actually good.
Yeah, because I put a little bit of oregano, a little bit of incest.
No, but everyone looked a little weird. Either have fucked up jaws or the eyes were pointing different directions.
Those are the
like,
people from Walmart, bro. You know those?
yeah,
There's an actual.
no, but like I legit think like they went down to like Louisiana by the creek and they found someone on a fucking.
You won't
boat.
make $5.
Yeah, legit.
But yeah, I mean, so that child stuff, and dude, there's also, we should talk about one time the pedophile ring of Nickelodeon and Disney, and how they
Wait, I
really
don't know.
messed up these stars, dude.
I don't know about this.
Bro, Nickelodeon. There was a director in Nickelodeon. I'll get the name for you. He was obsessed with children's feet,
Oh no.
and he kept telling people in auditions to take off their socks and stuff, and he'd tickle their feet.
No
and-
one said anything.
Bro, no one said anything because he was so powerful, yeah? And you know Ariana Grande?
Yeah,
Man, this stuff is so disgusting, yeah?
he tickled their feet.
No. He would film a video of her getting splashed on with white gunk, and she put it in her mouth, and she'd go like, "Oh, I'm drowning," and stuff like that. And he would be the creative director of that. He's like, "Yeah, film that and put it on Disney or Nickelodeon."
Did it ever air?
It did, and that's the thing. And like there would be shots of her feet, like imagine you're watching, like, you know how in Disney and Nickelodeon there's a guy called Philion on YouTube.
Okay.
He's an investigative YouTuber. I love watching his stuff. Also CoffeeZilla, but he goes for like these creeps that are out there. And this guy, dude, he looks like, first of all, he's huge, short guy, and a lot of the videos, he would go for a young
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider. That's the guy, Dan Schneider.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah, because they make jokes about him and stuff.
Okay.
He would literally have the camera zooming on to the feet of the girls while they're talking, and he would sit with them,
Oh my
and
God,
and he
man.
would he would pet their hair and be like, "Oh, you're my number one star, aren't you?"
Apparently, he had a little bit hypersexualized shows, like the Nickelodeon shows. It was a bit
A
hypersexualized.
little bit, man. If you
We're
see
saying it was
Bro, I just read an
shooting
article.
white
I'm not
gum,
like,
gunk
gunk,
into her mouth
but
and
dude, that's
shit.
the thing. So like
Yo.
you have a lot of these things that are going on, and all these young. There was even a woman in there called Jessie McCarthy or something like that. She was a famous Nickelodeon star that Philion talks about, and she went through a mental breakdown. Even there's another one called Alison Beer. She's also a famous Disney star and all this. Dude, they do weird stuff with these people.
Damn,
and imagine, like, you'd have, like, you see the videos. The guy documented. It's like he put himself in the grave and then put the cement, you know, and nothing happened to him. He just disappeared.
But no wonder so many people our generation have like food fetishes and shit. It's kind of like
I don't know if that's
Pushed
the
it.
case. Thank God I never watched
No, but-
Nickelodeon so much.
yeah, Iranian TV didn't have any of that.
Nickelodeon.
But it was all
I watched. There was a channel that the satellite picked up. Was like a cartoon channel called RTLCH2. It was
that's
a
a
German.
longest name, okay?
It was a German. It was everything like Winnie the Pooh and everything, but it was
Vinny's
German.
Vinny's the Pooh.
I learned German from that.
when he did
Legit. Bro, now we gotta bleep that.
Take out via your.
Sorry, guys, for the technical difficulties.
That's being removed. That better be removed.
And so again, sorry for the
You keep
technical-
hopping, but you don't stop stopping.
brother. Like I'm trying to save your ass here.
Why does Winnie sound like a Gestapo? You know, like, yeah, I'm going to have to shut your legs off. You know, donkey, take him to the.
Why does that sound so familiar?
Oh no, Tiga!
Hitler.
No, he doesn't sound like that. Sounds like an incesty.
Why are you gonna pick my language apart, man?
A little bit incesty.
First the PGing thing, and then. Anyways, what's
Pidgeify.
your Pidgeifying? Yeah.
That's it. It's just like that was only available.
Yeah,
Oh.
but anyways, enough about pedos. But enough about pedos and feet. You know, guys, we always talk about how shit is like sucks, work sucks, or you know, the day just sucks. Let me ask you guys a question, okay? And Korosh, I'll go to you first.
Oh jeez.
In history, what is a time you would say that you would not want to be there? Like you'd rather have the shittiest day imaginable right now than in a period of time in history.
I think when Earth got hit by what do you call him?
A meteor.
Meteor. Yeah.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he meant human history, not.
I mean, we weren't there. But Kurosh was the first guy.
It's like, oh my god, I'm the only.
Papa, I tell you, Persian. No. But
I thought you just meant Earth history.
No. That's why I said human history. Earth history.
Right.
I wanna be
Human
the-
history, Genghis Khan. I don't want to be around him.
Genghis?
Well, that's how we say it. I don't know how you say
Genghis
it.
Khan.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
It's actually Genghis Khan.
No, and how they pronounce it is Genghis Khan.
All right.
Genghis Khan.
Chin chin.
Okay, but why would you want to be there? Like,
Pretty savage. And he ran through Iran pretty aggressively.
But what, like, for you, what would make you think that it really wasn't a good time to be there when Genghis Khan was there?
I mean, he would, from the things I remember, is he would run through towns and he would build pyramids out of the heads of people. Like, he would behead everyone and build pyramids out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there was basically at a time that no one could stop him. There was no one that could like fight him, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's how the Americans.
That's how
say
Google
it.
says it.
Yeah, exactly. Is Google from Mongolia?
Or you?
No, but I mean, if I'm gonna talk about a culture, I'd like to try to learn
Okay.
the word. But damn, bro,
Like,
Genghis Khan.
Well, anyways, that's
But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty terrifying. But I wouldn't say it holds a candle to what I would tell you what was going on. Like, at least in this period of time.
I'm sorry, just like I actually searched a proper pronunciation and it says gang.
Yeah, but it's. I'll send it to you later. But anyway,
Okay.
So Genghis Khan, tell us.
so. What's your thing?
What would be a time in human history where you would think was like, just like it'd be a shitty day every day?
Any time before. Sorry, this was not.
Put your phone aside.
Bro, are you seriously? Okay.
No, it says Genghis Khan in Mongolian, so
I know, but let's just let it go. We'll figure it
I'm
out
trying
later.
to like educate, not you.
What the fuck?
No, as in I'm trying to educate us. What shitty day?
Like, I mean, you wouldn't want to be born in this era.
The Great Depression, World War One, World War Two. Like,
Well, it depends whose side you're on. Yeah.
doesn't matter. If you're not in the States, you're fucked. Like, you're constantly exposed to that shit. The United States was the only advantage of it was that it was too far away from the war. So
Would have been a
it's-
good time.
So
to
you would have
start-
been born in Iran in World War One. You'd be good.
No.
Yeah, we were allies.
Yeah, Iran didn't do anything in World War One.
No, it was pretty much a pathway through a lot of things. So like,
Yeah, but nothing happened to us.
Yeah, nothing happened to you then. Like,
it still sucked to be during like 1930s, bro.
he's
Like,
like kicking dust off the internet, man. Goddamn.
no, as in like life is so much better now compared to even like 40 years ago. Like,
Alright,
it's,
you're boring.
Yeah, really boring. Okay, let's go.
Fuck you, meteor shower. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Better than yours.
I wouldn't want to be there in World War One.
no, I wouldn't. Like, I just say like any time other than now sucks more.
Okay, I will give you.
Think about it. That was the only time you could have rocked
Okay,
that
the
mustache.
plague.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah.
The fucking I don't know. Any of them.
Okay, you're good. Okay. Now, let me give you the bad luck Brian. Of
Sorry,
all-
Ice Age. Fuck you. Like,
There were
try
no
to beat
humans.
that.
in
Neanderthals.
Yeah, there was.
No, Neanderthals.
100% proven. Yeah.
Neanderthals.
It was, bro. The last Ice Age was 12,000 BC, 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, there was humans.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
198 years, 1,000 years ago was the
You
first
didn't say
human.
which ice age, but anyway.
Bitch! Like, you didn't say which asteroid. Like,
But you know what's
like-
funny? Everything you guys have talked about literally is like a mixture of this, but on steroids. Okay, so the year is 536. Okay, this is around the time where you have the
BCE.
it's 80, so
80.
after the death. It is, picture this: you're in Constantinople, Byzantine Empire. You know the Byzantine Empire.
Sure. Okay.
So modern day Turkey. Okay.
Okay. We know the Iranian names.
yeah.
Which you know. Byzantium.
Okay. So imagine
Not
this.
actually, but we're just saying.
So in 536, a
Rooster woke up. 5:36 a.m. No.
so in
For
the year
people who don't get that joke, go watch the Ibrahim episode.
Saw the angels and went ahead. Like, and then you see me.
Anyway, sorry.
So
go
in the
ahead.
year 536, the known world at the time experienced a fog that lasted 18 months. And this fog developed all of the world, right? And it was so thick that they weren't able to even see.
You
Dude, I don't know why I do this, man. I'm fucking trying to. Every time you guys do a serious segment, I'm quiet.
No, please continue. Pull the mic to your face.
The way he said thing.
Anyway, the year is 536, okay? And the overall idea is that the world itself got covered with a fog, and this fog was so dense, I won't say thick, yeah, okay? Yeah. It was so dense that, you know, the Earth's actually cooled by 2 degrees, 2.5 degrees.
Okay.
So...
We really need that now. We really need that now. Continue. Sorry.
Okay, so what had happened is that it was 18 months. There was barely any sun, so it's like being in the UK, right? And this covered the whole world, and this is at the time where, you know, crops were very important, okay? So just first, you know, what happens when there's no sun? The crops die, right? And the whole world lives on grain. So the world's grain supply shrunk to such a level that the whole world started starving.
Shit.
And they say that 30% of the population died.
Okay.
The world population died from this. And this is not something that's like in ancient times where, you know, you have Neanderthals or something like that. This is something where they were actually making records, okay? And the
Common era, so like
yeah.
after the common era, so.
And the thing is that the world was actually dark, that they believed that, you know, it was the end of the world. And it spread from, so you have records coming in from Ireland, you have records coming in from Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, even Asia, where for some reason it would snow ash and they wouldn't know what it was. So scientists later on discovered.
Continue.
No, tell us what you were saying.
I was just thinking that's probably the only time they didn't use umbrellas when they walked out, you know? Asians.
But the thing is that, especially with these people, what the fuck did I just say? These people? So especially the crops died, especially in China itself, a whole province disappeared in China. The exact name I don't know, it's pretty difficult to pronounce, but the population of that province just disappeared because of the famine. Ireland also had a famine called the bread failure, where 75% of the people were starving to the point of anorexia.
Fuck
right?
hell, okay.
That's nothing. What they had realized is that actually, due to no sun, lack of vitamin D, and people being malnourished, was the perfect time for what Bardia just said, the plague.
Shit.
And the thing is that the plague actually first started in Egypt. And that at the time was a part of the Byzantine Empire, how you guys say it in Persian. And there was a king called King Justinian. King Justinian saw his people dying because what would happen is actually you'd get warts the size of like walnuts all over your body, and it would be pussy and it would explode.
Ugh.
And that's how you would spread it. And in Constantinople, he tried to get rid of it, so they wouldn't burn the bodies, so he'd just start piling them outside or spreading them around the country. So what does that happen?
It just spreads it everywhere.
You spread the virus, yeah? And because of what he had done, they later called that plague the plague of Justinian. And it killed, guess how many people?
Around the world or in Egypt?
Around the world.
I don't know. You said 30% of the population. I don't know, a couple
No,
million?
that was something else. That was starvation.
Oh.
That was 30. So imagine
Couple of million? I don't know.
50 to 100 million people.
Jeez.
50 to 100 million people died at that time due to one plague.
Damn.
Okay. What they had found out was actually at that time, in the span of 4 years, 5 volcanoes erupted. So 5 volcanoes erupted, and actually that ash they were getting was from those volcanoes. And what had happened with those volcanoes is that it actually cooled the earth because sulfur and another element actually reflect the sun's rays. So it cools the earth. So funny enough, a miniature ice age happened. The human race experienced a miniature ice age. And it's something that like it doesn't get better than that. The thing is that once all of this happened, first of all, the Byzantine Empire, 50% of the population disappeared due to the plague. So imagine having a full empire and 50% of it just
Died off.
dies off. Yeah. people were so confused about what had happened at the time because they believed that, wow, okay, like this is really going on, and it lasted 100 years. And if you're funny, like if you think it's funny, they actually came up with the name the Dark Ages due to this.
Oh, 'cause there's
So
no sun.
because there was no sun, and it
What was
lasted
the cause of this?
volcanoes. So 4 volcanoes in the span
volcanoes
of
was
4 years.
beforehand,
Yeah. So
and
they had
then-
found out later by taking ice from Iceland, and also from some trees in Iceland that 4 volcanoes had erupted in the span of 4 years, and had wiped out a couple of civilizations. One called the Mochi that were in Peru. They were completely wiped out due to that because the waters boiled. So this is like some Armageddon stuff. Like if you watch 2012, you know, it took 100 years for the world to get back to normal. And it also included an ice age.
It could have wiped us out.
I mean, it did wipe out a lot of
No,
civilizations.
I mean, like fully.
I mean, you know, again, it's like I think it thins people out because you can still produce some things, but what, like from the accounts of people, they were like imagine being in those days where you don't have wide internet. You know, you don't have this. You one day it takes you like 6 months to travel between cities, and then you go to the city and it's just piled with bodies.
Yeah.
You know, and people getting, first of all, that happened, and then the bubonic plague came after that.
Not a fun time to be around, huh?
Yeah, and imagine it was 100 years of just death, and the reason why people say that the Renaissance happened was because actually the northern hemisphere was completely destroyed by this volcano, and science sort of halted, growth halted, like Europe was just stagnant. And then when they went to the Middle East, like Jerusalem and such, they found out that, you know, the Arabs, the Persians, all this were more advanced to them because they were actually in the southern hemisphere. So they had more sun, they had more, you know, resources.
Yeah.
And they say the reason the Renaissance happened was because the Crusaders would take those elements and bring it back to Europe, and it started the revival. But dude, can you imagine like 100 years of just
The
living in
scary
shit?
part is that this kind of shit can happen nowadays.
It has happened.
Like, no, I'm saying like it could happen like right now.
Yeah, it's
And
all
there's-
natural. Like
there's nothing you can do. Like, have you looked at the map of the meteors, like the number of meteors that hit Earth every year? It is. Have you seen that map?
Yeah.
It is fucking scary. No, you think about it, like if that kind of shit happens, like what the fuck are we gonna do?
I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson is like was talking, and like he has a podcast called Star Talk, and he's also on Rogan a couple of times.
podcast.
Yeah, Star Talk, and he was talking about like if we were to like fund a space force. There's also a show on Netflix called Space Force.
I fucking love
Pretty
that
funny. If we were gonna have a space force, if the government needs to fund something, one of the major things that they need to fund is that if a meteor were to come in, we need a defense system for it. 2 things he's saying. Like he has, I think he mentions in one of the books as well. He says that like 1, to defend ourselves towards the meteors that are coming in, and the second one, because he said if a major one, a big size one that's coming, the small ones can wipe out a city.
True.
Like a small one that can be missed can wipe out a whole city, like a proper populated one. But you can say the bright side of it is that if it were to hit, it will probably hit in the ocean,
Right.
because we're majority like
But then
ocean.
wouldn't that cause tidal waves?
Not as catastrophic as like actually hitting into a city and creating a shockwave that kills people like immediately. Most probably immediately. But he said 2 things. One is the meteors. Second one is to clear out the debris, because the Earth is surrounded by just thousands of dead satellites and debris of all the space rockets and anything that like space exploration that like left this like
The shit
Our
out
Space
there.
junk. It's called
the
space, junk.
junk, like paint, bolts, everything like that. A bolt that travels like 18 miles an hour can go through you and anything that's there. Like it's like he made a joke. He was like, the problem, one of the reasons aliens don't come here is probably because they're like, fuck this shit. I'm not trying to risk my life going through all that.
Fucking
Like
trash can.
I'm not gonna
yeah.
go because like it's legit. The Earth's surface is covered.
We're legit the trash can of space, basically.
Basically, we trash the fucking space. Yeah.
I-
I mean, not space, just the surrounding orbit of Earth
Yeah,
because of
around.
gravity.
But does that trash not fall back into the atmosphere?
No.
Not if it's outside.
It's at a certain level, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's outside the gravity, the field of gravity pull, then it
No,
won't.
it is in the gravity pull. That's why it surrounds the Earth.
no,
Otherwise, it
but
would
if
be,
it's
like,
not-
wandering off.
There's like stages, right? There's stages like the gravity can overpower it, pull it towards
Yeah,
Earth,
yeah,
or
keep
it
it
can,
where
you
it is.
can
what I'm
keep
saying.
it. Yeah, keep.
I was just saying, technically, it's still gravity, but not to a point that we keep pulled in because it has to
Can you
pass
imagine just
the-
walking around the road and just bolts and shit start hitting people? Like,
Well, I mean,
going through people. Actually,
Yeah.
better way.
there's like a simulator online that shows a coin being shot at Earth at the speed of light. Have you seen that?
no.
And the effect, like it's a simulator of how badly it would affect the Earth.
Just
And it-
one coin?
Bro,
Just a coin.
in high school, in Milwaukee, I remember my science teacher was like, just to put it in perspective, if you go on top of Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest building in the world, but like if you go on top of that building and you just drop a pen,
Yeah.
it will go through you.
Shit.
That's just on top of the Burj Khalifa,
Yeah.
which is a building.
To be fair, it wouldn't be a bad way to go.
It's instant.
No, but what if it goes through your arm?
But it's like being shot. That's like better than actually going through you.
Can you
Like,
imagine it goes through you and just shatters inside you? You're like, I'm Uniball now.
it's better than going through you and your funeral if it's an open casket. It looks like that end scene of Grimsby Brothers when it's like there's like whistle sound and there's a breeze. Like,
Bro, actually, you just reminded me. I talked about this before, but you remember I told you about that guy who tried to kill himself, and he landed on those posts that are to stop cars from.
Yeah.
Bro, it did the same thing as that movie at the end. It went right up his rectum, and came out of his collarbone.
no, the movie they survived.
No, he didn't survive.
I'm just letting you know.
He definitely,
and
he looked like he was prepared to be put on a barbecue.
Like a skewer. He
Yeah,
was a
pretty
shawarma
much,
skewer.
yeah.
Then.
But
Yeah.
dude, imagine.
Imagine he starts going around.
This guy looked like one of those dancing dolls you put on the table and just
Can
like.
you imagine if the building has an automatic system where when a car comes, it moves? So he's there like, fuck yeah. But yeah, man. I mean, but the thing is that you know what's even more terrifying is that it doesn't have to be coming from space. It's a volcano that did this.
Yeah.
You know, a volcano, and you know, we recently
I
had.
don't know if this is the same as this one, but I remember someone was talking about it that at some point in the history of Earth, there were so many volcano eruptions that the population of humans dropped down to, they think, between 2,000 to 10,000 people. So we almost got wiped out.
That definitely isn't that because that's 30%.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
30%
that 30%.
of how much.
No, but that 30% was just from the famine.
No, but you
was
the
30% died.
2,000 like population wise, it's a big deal, bro. Because there's that.
Yeah, it was
because
like humanity almost got wiped out.
AD, it's like 536. You said right?
Yeah, 536.
So 536. That means that there was civilization and everything like that. To bounce back from 2,000. I don't think that.
I mean, I don't know how true this
probably
is. I
BCE.
heard this a long time ago on Rogan, but the estimation is like the population dropped down to like 10,000 people.
But can you imagine?
It's even fucking wild.
So much parking space.
There was no parking then, but yeah.
I'm saying now if it happens, like
No, but can you imagine you not knowing your species is on the brink of collapse because there's no internet, there's no news.
oh yeah, you have no clue how many
Yeah,
survive.
and you're like, imagine we're all like having fun pushing each other by a ledge. Ah! There's only 4 of us left.
9,999, 9,998.
But to be fair, if the 3 of us are like standing by, we don't know how many people left. We're probably the end of it because it's not like
There's
we
no
can get
women.
pregnant, like you know,
How dare
unless
you-
interspecies type of thing. But you know,
How dare you assume?
look at you.
But yeah, so I mean, after thinking about that, I think that's the worst time to be alive because every corner you turn, there's a plague, there's starvation.
Yeah, but if you're on the tail end of that, like you said, it lasted for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
And let's say you reach like 18 when that 100 years finishes, it's a pretty good time to live. A lot of job opportunities.
You're like super malnourished. You look like an albino because of the sun and all this
Yeah,
kind
but
of
like
stuff.
Genetically, you're fucked.
Yeah, but
Like,
you survived, right?
yeah, true.
And then you survive.
And then war
that's
happens, and
That's
you're
a
like-
good point. That you survive.
Yeah, but like if you're like whatever catastrophe there is, if you're at the tail end of it, it's pretty good because like true, you lost a couple of people and shit, but when you come out of it, the economy is just gonna start going up. anything you invest in is gonna be successful, pretty
Bro,
much.
he's saying that in the 640 AD. He's like, yo, how much for the stocks?
Yeah, but
It's like
okay,
you've got
but-
like
bro,
shoe
his-
nails.
bro.
His-
Back then, imagine like if just 30% of the population died to the initial stages of it. By the 100 years, like I imagine, like let's say 50% of the population, whatever, died. Back then, what would it be like? So much land you can take over, so many goats and shit you
No,
can
his
get
point
together.
is valid because like your grandfather still talked about. I mean, if he was alive, but at that time, like
died at an
your
old age of
grandfather talked
19.
about the farming and stuff like that. So if you see the earth like flourishing and like the opportunity of like farming and stuff, because that's majorly what it was. Like you then take the if you were to, you take the opportunity and
You can take over a village. Probably someone in the government died. You can take their position quickly. You know?
I like how he thinks that if it's an empty chair, it's mine. Like, he sits down.
Musical chairs.
I am now the general of the military. Man, it doesn't work like that.
the court clown. What do you call it?
Jester.
The jester starts playing that. Fuck, I gotta get up now. Like someone else. Mine now. So the new rule is that no one leaves this chair when they sit on it.
It's like him between the emperor. He's like, I'm gonna get your chair.
No, but let's
but
say that
you're-
happened, right? Like right now we're at the tail end of a catastrophe type of thing. Let's say 50% of the population were wiped out. What would be your thinking? Like when you come out of it, was like
Well, I mean, in that time, being
no, I'm saying
18
right now.
Well, we did.
No,
No,
not
50%.
nearly enough people died.
No,
No, I'm not saying they should have. I'm
For
saying
this scenario to be
for this
applicable,
scenario.
that's what it
I mean,
means.
to be fair,
because
He translates me, I translate you. Like,
no, to be fair, we could have lost a couple more. You know,
let's move on.
there are some people that like, you know.
But
Let's just say Earth wouldn't hurt if we got a little like.
Earth would have done much better if a lot
Yeah.
more, yeah. But we're talking about us.
You know what I'm saying? There's some dumb fucks that should die, man.
yeah,
Come on,
and
stop
your
looking at me
list
weird.
grows every time you get in the car. So like chill.
but you were saying
So let's say like for the past like 60 years, some shit happened, something to this scale. A lot of people died. Today is the first day that it's over. Like life is like
school's out. Like
yeah, finally the fog cleared up and like life is like on an upwards trajectory. What would be your thinking?
Take the most successful businesses, grab them, replicate, grow them, expand.
Okay, what would be your thinking? Yeah.
It's like Wolf of Wall Street in Constantinople. I'm gonna take your shoe making shop and make a crypto based shoe shop. But I mean, again, I think what like I can't imagine, because you see, you have to remember empires and stuff were more different than how they are now.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know how the government or the empire would be dealing with this reeling from this thing, but yeah, you would have more opportunity to, you know, the economy's booming, there'd be more work, there'd be more food. So yeah, you would try to branch. I would try to branch out and make, you know, probably.
My thought is that like
yeah, I was gonna say, give us your answer. Last podcast, you kind of teared up. Like,
if everyone's been constantly dying off for like 50 years or some shit, I imagine at this point laws aren't really being like upheld to the same strength that it is in our reality. So first of all, I would kill a whole bunch of people that I don't like, because
yeah,
you know
no, bro.
you just blame them on
I'm
the
just
playground.
letting you know, like go a different route, because actually, from some experiences we had during the difficult times, we actually saw that the law enforcement actually became much stronger. You know,
No, but that's very different than like 50 years of people just keep dying off.
but you experienced like 2 years of it. Think about
People
time
didn't
that,
just keep dying off.
You said you were 18 when you were leaving, so that's only 18 years. Most
Yeah, I'm
probably-
gonna have a like hate for a lot of people at 18. At
If you
18 I
just
already had
kept
a
feeling a loss.
no, but
of
like I'm
everyone,
saying, like right now, if you kill someone,
okay,
it's a lot harder to get rid of them. But if 50% of the population have died off, or like 60-70% of the population have died off,
so the only thing you want to do is kill people.
no, that's the first
get away
initial
with it.
stage. That's the initial
Okay.
stage.
Then I want to
Then
build a
Kill a
business.
million people. Like,
Then I'll create a new virus. No, then it would be take over land. Just take over as much land as you can.
Bro, how can you take over land? You're
I was
killing
gonna
everyone.
go and piss on a like.
Bro, on the
neighbors.
cheap,
Some musical chairs.
Bro, on the cheap. Like people are fucking broke. After
How are
they-
you making money?
from the dead people? I just took their wallets and shit.
So you're
Wallets?
robbing.
Dude.
got Amex? Oh,
Think
shit.
bigger.
No, obviously that's a starts from there, then take over their house.
Barney would be the
Identity,
first
you know.
David Goggins there. Who's gonna carry the boats? Actually, the slaves. Like,
When he said the first responder, I was gonna be David Goggins, like, and then I was like, no, let's.
I like. I feel like if Korosh was in that time, there'd be like at least 8 guards outside his house. Oh, you want to go out today? Yeah, I just want to try something. No, you stay inside. Stay.
It would have been fun to. No, it wouldn't have been fun. No, I was gonna say
I
it would have been fun to be
feel like you and Genghis Khan would be, you know,
mates.
if he didn't
By
kill
the
you.
way, you make fun of me. You 1,000% have some like related in some ways.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
You know,
Probably,
he was, I mean, like,
Got
Yeah,
me
a
short?
lot of people were.
You got me short. Is this a revenge for the fat joke?
I didn't remember that.
Bullshit! You did.
By the way, a lot of people were like this. Like,
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
the standard for height. So I mean, you'd be Godzilla.
I don't. All right, let's
No,
relax.
you'd be
You'd be
Godzilla.
Godzilla. You
No,
are
I'd-
Godzilla.
where did they call you Godzilla? Let's get real. Like, which country was it that they called you that?
Japan.
And what is their average height? Like,
That's true.
they make it to the news if they have your height. By the way, like, #1 basketball player, for some odd reason, he cannot be beaten. like
He's about to dunk. He just walks.
like everyone's playing Yu-Gi-Oh and like Pokemon shit, but like this guy is just playing.
Faisal is dunking Asians in the basketball court.
Pretty much.
Wait, dumpling.
But yeah, buddy, what about you? What would you do? You see that the economy is booming.
I
Everything's
kind of gave my answer first.
built business and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
like-
be more elaborate, bro. Be like, I'd see that the market needs, you know, most
I said
probably-
that like what,
Oh, you
what
guys
business,
are going the helpful route. Okay.
No, not helpful. Like wouldn't-
I'd make money first and then I'd buy merchant. Like I'd buy what is it called, mercenaries, and then I'd take over. You gotta be smart. What am I gonna pay them in the
Guys,
beginning?
we're
Favors?
wait, the years we're
Corner
talking
shit.
about is not 530. We're talking about 2020.
3.
Oh, we're talking about now. Oh,
Yeah.
That's what
I
your
was talking
question.
about-
No. talk
Oh,
about
then?
that.
yeah, then because okay.
Fucking the only business is farming, so you do that, you make
Dude,
money.
if it was now, bro, you know, have you seen the real estate prices? I would have bought every.
That's what I'm
apartment.
saying. That's what I
You
said.
said kill people.
To get their money. I'm 18. I don't have money to buy fucking properties, even after the market crashes.
Bro, you're
Fact.
talking about 18 after the virus, okay?
Not even after the fog.
I'm so confused. Are we talking
This
about
scenario
2023?
happens in 2023.
Oh, okay, yeah, I would.
2083 actually, because
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but there'll still be like, I mean, dude, you have phones and stuff. The government would be like, hey, there's a CCTV camera of
There's
you
a fog. They can't catch through.
It's
the
gone. You said.
fog. It just like
You
it's,
said
it's
what? It
phasing
follows you. It's a fart, you know.
It's phasing us slowly.
You see Kurosh on the camera. He goes in the house. Watch out! Somebody
sprays.
And then he goes to court. That can't be me.
It's
Like,
misty.
you just see his beard sticking out like.
That can be anyone. But yeah, well,
What other horrible things?
I mean, it's not just about what other horrible things. It depends if you want to talk about what horrible, like the Spanish flu.
apparently that's coming around.
It's been here a couple times.
No, in the,
It's not here. It's
not a trend.
It's not doing a world
By
tour.
the way,
You know?
it's like trending
like
now. It's
ripped
like a
jeans and
hashtag.
no, but they tested the homeless in LA, and apparently there was some that had the Spanish flu and some had the one of these other horrible like plague viruses or some shit. The
Some black
black
pox?
black plague or
black pox. What was it?
I have no idea what the black.
Yeah,
box is.
but apparently, like, there's a chance that there could be outbreak sometime in the future.
Bro, apparently in China, they've just recently found the case of the bubonic plague that's come back, and that's
nice. Yeah, that's good.
No, but see that bubonic plague's
Seems
been
like
here
a lot of
before.
shit is coming from one place.
Not pointing fingers there.
No, but that's crazy. Like, you know, the black.
Continue, Faisal. We're not including
Don't
that.
just stop on black, man.
No, because I mean, I wish the camera saw what you did, but the black plague or the African American, the black plague itself. I mean, you know, they say it. You know why they called it the black plague?
Why?
Oh no. Why?
No, because what the fuck? Get your head out of the gutter, bro. The thing is that they believe that when people
Oh,
would
you're
get
going for the actual reason. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
because it spread throughout Europe, and France at the time was badly affected by it, but it was because people's armpits and tongue would go black.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. And it would affect you over the span of like 24 hours. So you would actually get spots like these, like your skin would start eroding, like
It would
start
turn black?
decaying and become black.
It's like a reverse Michael Jackson.
That's good.
But that's the thing. So it's disgusting, and it's apparently it spread so much. And you see, like the thing about these viruses and these diseases is that you have to have the perfect matrix between it not killing you fast enough so it can spread, and also the incubation phase.
I mean, from what Kosh is saying and from what you're saying that it could be coming back and everything like that, the easiest way to say it is that like there need to. I mean, LA's like California in general is no LA specifically. It's homeless population is an issue. From what I'm hearing, and also like other places, but that one's like a big red flag. So controlling, maintaining, and everything of that like the homeless population would be the first initiative to get control.
Or just send them to China.
To
They keep sending us their shit,
Okay, Trump.
yeah, bro. Like,
The way he said it, like send it
actually,
back.
The
that's
man
the
had some
opposite
points.
of Trump because he wants to bring the coal mines back, the coal mine workers and everything back.
Really?
Like what he wants to do is that make sure that everything is built in America. So so what other thing is that okay? So you want all that shit that as the economy grew, that be like
What
put
away
it in
from?
what
We went away from it.
we went away from it. You want to bring it back, so that's the opposite.
The man had some points.
I mean, trying to make America self-efficient. I mean, it's not a
Good
bad.
again.
It's not a bad thing, but I think coal mines and stuff have so much. I mean,
Health problems.
yeah, dude. Bro, have you seen? Sounds so bad, but have you seen these jobs that are no longer valid? Like, they were historical jobs that were no longer needed because people like. One example is that. Did you hear about these kids that were chimney sweepers?
What? Oh, the kid with the black face thing? Yeah.
So in the UK, nearly everyone had a chimney, right?
Okay.
And a fireplace. The chimney is where you need the air to.
I've had.
I know. He's aware of what it is.
I feel like I'm a retard. Like yeah, face. I get it. But so they used to have
Fire.
bro. So like full-grown men couldn't fit into these chimneys, so they'd send like 3 or 4-year-olds,
Yeah.
bro, on
4-year-old.
4 or
Like
5-year-olds,
little kids, yeah.
like little kids, man. And imagine it's basically coal that's in there. So these kids' lungs would be messed up by going into the chimney and what is it called?
Power washing, basically.
Power. You think he has a power wash? It's him with like a fluff.
I think if you have power washing, you can do something else.
Yeah, and they actually have photos of these things. So they have photos of these kids that were held on like a very dingy wire, and the father would either the father or a relative with something would just dip the kid down there.
Oh, Santa. No, it's just Jimmy.
No, but the kid would come out like full on blackface. Like,
Yeah, cool.
And by the way, like looking at kids at those age, those kids were adults. Like the kid had a cigarette in his hand. He's like,
I mean, you would need that. But to be fair, after you fuck up your lung, cigarette probably is not the best.
okay, imagine seeing a 4-year-old sounds like
Cigarettes
he's
probably the rest.
But yeah, you had that kind of job, and then you also had. I don't know
Wait,
if-
did you see these on like social media and shit, or actually news?
The blackface thing?
Yeah.
Podcast.
yeah, podcast.
So
And then
you guys like say shit about like social media stuff. I see a complete. I'm targeting a whole different thing. like one thing what I saw today was when a deaf guy sees a person yawning on an airplane. And he starts panicking.
I never thought about that shit.
Like, that's so funny, right? Like,
Oh my god.
Like,
Imagine if it looks like me. Get him!
I'll tell you 2 things about this. Well, another one that I saw is that when deaf people are like watching a movie and the subtitle says fart noise and they're like, "Fuck, when you fart, it makes noises," and they're like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my god! If you're deaf, you can never fart in public. You never know. how
You
it's
fart in public until
you
you
just never
realize
know.
that shit. Like it has sound.
No, you just never realize.
Do you think that deaf people from birth can hear their own voices inside their heads?
They don't hear your own voices.
So what did they like?
But actually, Huberman did the neuroscientist.
Alex Huberman was his name?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Sorry, I'm
Close
And,
enough.
White.
White. You know?
Yeah. White.
We can't even say white anymore.
like
Same, but different.
same. But yeah, what
He
you
was saying that like you know how we have like internal dialogues. Actually, it wasn't Huberman. It was someone else. Anyways, it was they have internal dialogues, but like not everyone has that. Also, there are people who mostly haven't like think in images and like kind of like
So not like sentences.
no, they don't have internal dialogue, so they mostly have like images and stuff. And deaf people actually have that more because they talk in sign languages. So, have you seen the people who signed up to be like the sign language, like what do you call that?
Like the
interpreters,
Interpreter,
and they're fake.
and they're fake, and the guy's just doing a dance on like he's like, so 50 people died today, and like it's
There's
so,
some of them that made it to like news channels and shit. They hired.
that's what I'm saying.
And you know they're gonna go to jail for
that, and like
bro.
They're gonna go to jail for it.
So,
like 50 people are struggling right now.
The Earth is gonna explode.
Exactly. Well,
But yeah, but then, like it's funny what you just said now about images. Can you imagine some guys like thinking of like he's trying to think something and just gets a picture of an ass in his head.
I mean, I guess like I need to.
He's
look-
trying to work and then he just sees
Wait,
another
so,
image of an
like,
ass.
let's say if I want to call you asshole, right? In my head, I just think of the word asshole. But for them, they
You
think
just
of
see
an
the
ass
sign of it. No,
and a whole.
okay, bro. It's not like that. People don't talk about like it's not a charade. It's not like ass and
Bro,
then
that's what I thought. Like imagine he's like he's at a funeral and he keeps getting an image of like the last like ass he saw that was nice. He's like I can't think. And then he sees someone.
actually a pretty
He
accurate
sees
way of
someone
doing
yawning.
Oh, they must be so sad. They're screaming. Bro, you want to know a funny story? Puyang, like we had on the podcast. Told me one time he was driving and all of a sudden he saw some people like really aggressively going at each other, and then he actually parked the car because he thought he needed to stop a fight. He goes towards them. There were deaf people talking to each other.
Not talking, trying.
I mean, communicating.
You know, I'll tell you a story. Actually, it's really funny. My brother had a friend whose mom was deaf, and you know me, I can't really control myself when I'm in a situation like I can burst out, and I don't mean to be rude and stuff. So I'm gonna go pick up my brother because he was staying at their place. Very nice people. They were what were they called? Mormons. Mormons in the
Where?
UAE. Mormons
What?
in the UAE. Yeah.
You have that?
I used to play basketball with them, bro. I'm telling you, it was funny.
What circles do you hang out with?
what circles does my brother hang out with? You know. So when he was younger, and they were all
They were
in this-
allowed to play basketball.
bro, they dunked, bro. These guys dunked. You know, like we were playing.
Mormons is the ones that can't use technology. Is that the
Yeah,
Mormons?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, basketballs.
Wait,
It's not like
so hold
charge
up.
it and-
So when you pulled up in the car, how the fuck did they get around?
they had a car too. So I'm gonna.
That doesn't count.
Oh, they're not good Mormons. Like
Not good Mormons. They're not
no,
Mormons.
there's
progressive.
there's technicalities around it. Like for example, if you want to build a house, you're a Mormon, right? You're not allowed to own an electric tool, but I can borrow it from you.
Yeah.
There's like loopholes. Or
Isn't-
it's like how they have sex.
Aren't the Mormons the ones that like in their church?
That's Amish.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
are all Mormons?
I think we're mixing Amish and Mormons. Or is that the same thing?
No,
We are
Amish
so
people.
uneducated.
No. Amish people are Mormons.
Oh,
Please
but-
check that, bro, because I could be fucking. But the thing is that.
So I'm rehired.
No, but the thing is that okay, so they were Mormons, okay, and bro, the brothers are all like 6'5". 4 brothers that are 6 foot, no, 6'3", same height as me, and my brother. Okay, I got the story correct. I was dropping my brother off there,
Okay.
okay, and just before we meet the mother, who looks perfectly normal, He turns to me while she's walking to me and goes, by the way, she's deaf. And I'm like, wait a minute, she makes noises, yeah? And bro, she looks at me and she goes,
Oh no.
man, I'm telling you, like a tomato, I went red.
Yeah.
And bro, I was trying to gasp for air.
Yeah.
I was like, it was good to meet you. And bro, I let go. Like I was laughing, and I could see the panic in my brother's face because it was his fault. He didn't tell me beforehand. Like
3 seconds before.
yeah. And she was like, "Oh, Abdullah is the great guy ever."
Stop. Please stop.
Man, it was bad. It was bad. I was sitting there, and like I was standing there, I'm like, yes.
Could you read lips or no?
Yeah. She could read lips, but why? Like
No, Mormons are just highly religious people. Amish people are the ones using a fucking Porsche instead of a fucking car.
But are Amish people Mormons?
Say something while I'm doing this.
No, it's
Spotify.
But yeah, so that was
But
it.
is it the Amish one that when they have sex they dock and then someone jumps on the bed?
That's Amish, yeah.
Okay, because till now I thought that was Mormon.
No, they're distinct groups with their own cultural.
Okay, so completely
Okay,
forget what I said.
yeah.
But these people were Mormons, yeah.
Mormon.
Actually, yeah. I mean, Mormons have a kind of cool.
What religion is it?
It's Christianity.
Oh,
They're all
It's Christianity,
Christianity.
but it's like it's very, very interesting how they talk about it. Apparently, a dude was like wandering in the desert and he found a book, and God said, "You can only see this book, but tell everyone else that I said you're the one to listen to."
Oh,
They're extremely like they're the ones who said like if you sin you can't go back. Like that's it. That's you're hell. You're
Whoa,
hell.
it's a mafia. You dead?
well.
Yeah.
On that note, should we end the episode?
Yeah. How long has it been?
We did a good hour and a half, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe and also check out our social media channels.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week.
Peace.
Goodbye. Make sure to comment anything like topics. No, any topics
No, he's
you guys
right.
want us
He's
to
right.
talk about or anything. Like we read and reply, and like we appreciate all the comments. Thank you.
Bye.